Hello everyone, I'm Navid from Rose Clinic Performance Physiotherapy here in London. So today I'm going to talk about a very complex area in our body, which is basically neck shoulder area, specifically space between the two shoulder blades. Now, as you can see here, this is the scapula on the left side and this is the right scapula. There are dozen of group of muscle which are connecting these bones together, and from other side this region is foundation for our neck and head, most of the time for what head posture or computer user or office jobs or people who work in factory. They all suffer from different injuries and conditions around neck shoulder. But specifically this area, as I said, is foundation for our neck. If they work perfectly, that means the neck will remain in a good condition. Now, there are dozen of muscle. I don't want to go too much to the anatomy today, but some of them, one of them is levator scapula, which connect from the cervical to the top of the scapula, and there are also serratus, posterior, superior muscle, which are lie here. One of the most important muscle is rhomboid muscle, which consists of two parts. The first part is rhomboid minor, which come from C7 to T1 and connect to the medial border of scapula like this. And the other one, which is much wider, is rhomboid major, which come from T2 to T5 and connect to the scapula like this. Or you might be able to see in the chart, unfortunately it doesn't show here because there are dozen of muscle. In addition, you will have the trapezius, which cover all of this muscle, and then all this together make it complex, because from one side the scapula have to be function in relation to the spinal vertebra and rib cast and breathing activity and motion. From other side is linked to the shoulder or humeral joint, and therefore this all together make it very complex. Now I want to show you a couple of good exercise which enables you to have a very good upright and healthy posture. And from other side, because these are small tiny muscle around the back side, they are not like a pec or biceps. They are very tiny and small. They might be compensated much easier. Therefore, giving good attention to this region would be really important matter for all of us, regardless of any injury or other matters. Therefore, you need to do at least 2-3 times per week some strengthening and some posture correction, some mobilizing, some stretching to keep this upper part in a good condition. The scapula, which rhomboid is connected to that, and it does a couple of motion. One of them is retraction, that means pulling the arm backward. So this rhomboid muscle contract and pull the scapula backward. The other one is elevation, which the upper part of rhomboid or rhomboid minor and levator scapula does that elevation. So this shoulder elevation, and also rotation of the scapula depend on the rhomboid as well. So there are tiny small muscle, but when you look at the function and consider all these matters, you can realize that how much pressure applied to these issues. From other side, everything we do with arms, it depends again on this region, because this region, it will work like synergic mechanism for the entire arm motion. Protection, retraction, elevation, all of this requires function of this muscle. Also, it has direct link with the pectoralis and chest muscle, because they are agonist, antagonist, and if chest muscle become too tight, too strong, which most of people do in the gym, then it will stretch the rhomboid and they become quite loose. So therefore, strengthening rhomboids always require good attention to the pectoralis as well. Okay, now I'm going to show you a couple of exercises. The first one is that you just stand in front of a wall, feet attached nicely, stand upright, straight, then bend your elbows about 5-10 centimeters away from the wall, and try to push the wall with your elbows, both elbow equally pushing the wall, and this will activate uh, all this muscle, especially rhomboids in your upper back. And this is isometric exercise which has very good benefit, including producing momentum force, which allows you to make daily activity much easier. Now, with one stick, for instance, you can do dozens of exercise. For instance, for elderly people which they have less strength, you can pick up a stick and nicely pull backward and repeat 2 times 15. Or the next one, you do elevation above the head. That will affect that region as well. And gradually, if you can, bring this stick behind your head, but do not force in the beginning. It might be a bit difficult. Okay, so you can do build up based on your strength, a couple of repetition to warm up the muscle, let's say. Now, the next phase exercise, which is very simple resistance band. You can do dozens of exercises which are very good for your posture and stability of the upper back, and you can hold the resistance band. Depend on your capability. A lighter color would be less resistance, so darker will mean means more stronger. Grab the band, pull about 30-40%, and then hold there while you retract your shoulder or your arm. Let's say the shoulder blade will be retracted. So if you watch it, you see what's happening there. And this is again a very good exercise. Do 2 sets of 10, let's say, is a good start, and gradually build up. The next one, build up above your head, pull the band again about 10-20%, and behind, just level with your head. You don't need to go all the way down in the beginning, just up to here would be enough. And repeat 2-3 sets of 5. For general public, I would always say, depend on your quality and capability, do carry on and listen to your body. Up to 60-70% would be perfect loading. Now, there are plenty more rowing exercises, for instance, in the gym with the weight machines, etc. That you can do in the gym. With dumbbells, you can do plenty of exercises. But one of the other 2-3 exercises which are really good is the gym ball. You lie down on a gym ball, nice and relax. Make sure your back is kind of straight from heel to the head, and hang your arm downward, lift up. So you do this about 2 sets of 10-15. And in the beginning, you don't need any weight because this is long lever arm and it will be quite heavy anyway. But gradually, you might pick up light dumbbells, 1 kg, or depend on the person, 2 kg, and do it this way. But do not rush to increase the weight. Another exercise similar to that, in this position, just lift up your shoulder in this way and repeat 2 sets of 10. Then another exercise which is good for upper back region, you bring your hand behind your back as a kind of butterfly motion, and then bring all the way forward and roll your arm all the way behind your bottom and repeat this. Not only give strength and stability for the upper back and between the shoulder blade, but also mobilize your scapula very well. And you repeat this 2 sets of 10-15 repetitions, gradually build up with some weight. While you are here on the gym ball, go for plank position if you are fit enough, and then gently roll the ball sideways and forward and back, or just put your weight on one side and on the other side. All of this will make this region and those muscles flexible, strong, and with some mobility. Again, you gain a full flexibility as well. At the end, always we need to do some stretching. One of them, which I developed by myself, is very good for rhomboid stretch. You stand nearby a wall, lean with your shoulder facing this direction, lean with your shoulder against the wall. Then the only thing you need to do, turn with your feet on top of your arm and put all your weight on your arm. Make sure your shoulder is not detaching from the wall. So your shoulder attached constantly. Just put your weight on your arm, hold there for a good 20 seconds. This is basically similar to this motion that everyone is familiar with, but with the wall you have a very good grip on it. And there is another one, we just squeeze the finger together, twist your hand and gently pull all the way forward, keep going and hold all stretches for a good 10-15 seconds and repeat 3-4 times. Okay, and this exercise will make sure you have a good posture, you have a good stability, good mobility, good flexibility between the shoulder blade and the rhomboid and other muscles. And I can reassure you, you will be so pleased if you do this 2 or 3 times per week. Even healthy people need to work on this, especially those who are sitting in office and having office job and computer work. I wish you all the best. If you have any issues or any concern, feel free to contact Rose Clinic, www.roseclinicphysio.co.uk. We welcome everyone for second opinion, and we will make sure you'll be happy as all our other customers. Until next time, see you then.